Well, good afternoon, YouTube. Culture Confederacy here. Welcome back to the channel. Looks like you've been lied to. You have been lied to. And yes, I'm here again with my corncob pipe and my breakfast blend coffee. Good stuff, good stuff. But you've been lied to. Now, last night, we had this tragedy in Waukesha, Wisconsin. Some idiot decided to plow through a crowd during a Christmas parade. And as it turns out, we're going to go through that here in just a few moments. But the core of this video here, the main gist here, is that Kyle Rittenhouse is not a white supremacist. And all you people out there in the BLM Antifa movement who've been marching against the verdict in the Kyle Rittenhouse case, guess what? Kyle Rittenhouse supports BLM. If you don't believe me, listen to this clip. Now, I'm not going to tell you for the sake of copyright here. Hope I'm not infringing on copyright or anything like that. But for the sake of just this video, just sharing his own words, I'm going to play for you what he said in this interview that is aired to schedule tonight on Tucker Carlson. Now, I'm not going to say where I got this clip from, but this has been circulating on social media. So here is Kyle Rittenhouse in his own words, if you don't believe me, BLM and Antifa. So here we go. Now, I do apologize about the sound quality here. If you have to turn up your volume, I'm doing this video kind of crude in one take today. So here we go. These are the exact words from Kyle Rittenhouse on what this whole case was about. Listen.
This case has nothing to do with race. It never had anything to do with race. It had to do with the right to self-defense.
Right.
I'm not a racist person. I support the BLM movement. I support peacefully demonstrating. And I believe there needs to be change.
Those are the words of Kyle Rittenhouse, not of me. Not of some right-wing kook or some white supremacist. Which means that you BLM Antifa types have been marching for absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. And as a result of that, because of the hysteria that you have created, we had some idiot last night who it turns out is a BLM sympathizer with a criminal rap sheet. This is not to say that anybody who supports or everybody who supports the BLM movement, because there are people who have legitimate concerns. I've talked about this several times before. People who want to do it the right way, peacefully protest, take it to the court if necessary, if you have to sue somebody in court because they violated your civil rights, vote on police reform, reforms that will improve your community. I think we can all agree on that. What we don't agree on is people going out there looting, rioting, and burning down a city. And all Kyle was doing was defending his city, defending himself against being attacked. That is a constitutional right. So when those of you in the BLM Antifa movement go out there and you march and protest and loot and riot over a case, Portland, over a case that did not involve any minorities whatsoever, because the three victims were all white: Joseph Rosenbaum, Anthony Huber, Gage Grosskreutz, all white victims with a rap sheet a mile long. That is the truth about the Kyle Rittenhouse case. If you went back and you actually looked at the raw footage, which NBC actually posted here on YouTube, now they've got a warning in front of it because it is somewhat graphic, so don't let your kids watch this, as I've mentioned before, but it is out there. But you people in the BLM Antifa movement are too damn lazy to look this up. No, you'd rather go out there and loot, riot, and fuel the narrative rather than sit down and have an actual conversation. I'm willing to have an actual conversation. In fact, I'll do this. If you are a white supremacist out there and you supported this verdict in the Kyle Rittenhouse case, let me know in the comment section below. I'd like to pick your brain. Find out what makes you tick. Why are you a white supremacist? What do you have against black people? I support the Confederate battle flag. I support the Bonnie Blue flag, the American flag. In fact, I have two American flags, a Betsy Ross flag, a Bonnie Blue flag, and a Confederate battle flag. And no, I don't support white supremacy. But if you are white supremacists, come to my channel. Let me know in the comment section below. What makes you tick? Why do you believe in white supremacy? The truth is, pal, you eat, sleep, and use the restroom like everybody else. Now, I have to share this. I was having a dialogue with somebody. Well, I made a comment. I just said, it looks like what happened last night in Waukesha, Wisconsin is connected to the Rittenhouse case. That somebody was mad because of the verdict. And probably so. We're not going to know all the facts until everything comes out here. But it's looking more and more like that's the case. This guy was fleeing from a fight he had in his Ford SUV. There's video of him knocking down barricades. And he decides to plow through a Christmas parade. Now, why did he think he could do that? Could it possibly be because of all these riots, the looting? These people have been given license to destroy these cities because these officials in these cities, these big cities, are too damn lazy to do their job. Folks, it just gets me. It really gets me. So those are the words, as I shared with you a few minutes ago, of Kyle Rittenhouse. That's what this whole case was about. He was being attacked. All you have to do is go back and look at the footage. But let me go here and share with you, or go to, let's pick a news. Let's just, for the hell of it, pick Breitbart News, because it's up in my search history here. So Breitbart News, let's see what they say here. Then we'll go to Fox News real quick. Okay, Waukesha horror. Scroll down my page here. SUV plows into a Christmas parade. 5 dead, 40 injured. Children hit. Claimed suspect released on bail Friday. He was released on bail. This is a habitual criminal. And this is the person. I can guarantee you what's going to happen is they're going to be marching for this guy. I guarantee that's what they're going to do. They're going to be marching for this guy. Let me find that article here real quick. Here we go. Skipped a page for some reason. Reports Daryl E. Brooks identified as person of interest in Wisconsin Christmas parade massacre. I mean, this guy looks like real beaut. And I'd be saying that if he were a white suspect, if he were a Hispanic or Asian suspect, this guy is not somebody I'd be inviting over for Thanksgiving dinner. See, this is Thanksgiving week. He's 39 years old. Man with a record of several violent crimes. Both Fox News and the Associated Press have named Brooks as the individual being interviewed by police after a horrific mass casualty event occurred Sunday in the Milwaukee suburb. An SUV plowed through crowds attending a Christmas parade, wounding dozens of people, including children, and causing several fatalities. Fox News columnist and New York Post reporter Carol Markowitz named Brooks as a, quote, suspect later that evening, but Fox News official reporting has not yet classified him as a suspect. And you can go to Twitter and find all the comments there at Twitter. And in fact, there was this idiot Democrat politician who came out and said that the people of Wisconsin have blood on their hands because of the verdict in the Rittenhouse case. I mean, just real low class, real low class. Listen to this. According to Wisconsin court records, a 39-year-old Daryl E. Brooks of Milwaukee has one pending charge of felony bail jumping and one charge of felony in degree reckless endangering safety with domestic abuse assessments. He also has one can you get the word out here today, Cultural Confederacy? See, I can't even say my own slogan here. Cultural Confederacy. Say it with me, everybody. Cultural Confederacy. He also has one misdemeanor charge of resisting a police officer, disorderly conduct, and battery. The alleged offenses occurred on November 2nd, 2021. The same Brooks was released on a $1,000 bond on November 19th, just 2 days before the attack. AP has linked these court records to the person identified by their law enforcement sources. So that is at Breitbart. Let's see what CNN has to say. Good old CNN. If I can maneuver through their website. They've got to do a better job of their layout. They really do, because sometimes it's hard to find stories on CNN. Okay, live updates. Officials identified the subject. This is CNN. Officials up. Would you stop doing that, CNN? They're skipping pages here. Officials identified the suspect and said he was involved in a domestic disturbance just prior to driving his SUV through the Waukesha parade on Sunday. See if it'll get me into a story here. So at least 5 killed after SUV plows into Wisconsin holiday parade. What we know so far, at least 5 people were killed and at least 48 more were injured when an SUV plowed into a Christmas parade Sunday in Waukesha, Wisconsin, city officials said. At least 2 children are among the injured. Police identified the suspect Monday and said that he was involved in a domestic disturbance just prior to driving the SUV through the parade. Officials in Waukesha, Wisconsin said the suspect in Sunday's incident at the Christmas parade is Darrell E. Brooks. And Waukesha Police Chief Daniel Thompson said officials believe the 39-year-old acted alone. Thompson added that Brooks was involved in a domestic disturbance just prior to driving his SUV through the parade Sunday afternoon. Quote, we have information that the suspect prior to the incident was involved in a domestic disturbance, which was just minutes prior, and the suspect left that scene just prior to our arrival to that domestic disturbance, the chief said. When the suspect was driving through and into the crowd, one officer did discharge his firearm because there were reports of gunshots, and fire shots at the suspect to stop the threat, but due to the amount of people, had to stop, and fire, not fire any other additional shots, he continued. That was hard to read through. Thompson added that the officer had been put on administrative leave. He noted that there is no evidence that this is a terrorist incident. I don't know what else you call this. So let's go to Fox News and see what Fox News has to say here. Fox News. Headline, Holiday Parade Horror, Suspect Identified in Deadly SUV Rampages. Police reveal what happened moments before the attack. Okay, so here is the latest. This is breaking news. The caption here is inappropriately low. Milwaukee DA announces internal review of Darrell Brooks' bail recommendation. Brooks is currently a person of interest after an SUV plowed through dozens of people attending a Christmas parade in Waukesha. Milwaukee prosecutors are conducting an internal review into their officials' decision to make an inappropriately low bail recommendation for Darrell Brooks Jr., the person of interest in nearby Waukesha, after an SUV plowed through a Christmas parade. The horror left at least 5 people dead and 40 injured. CNN's reporting 48, so the numbers are climbing, including 18 children rushed to Children's Wisconsin Hospital in Milwaukee. Brooks had multiple pending cases in Milwaukee County, including a 2020 case involving 2 counts of second-degree reckless endangering, mimicking what CNN and Breitbart are saying, and being a felon in possession of a firearm, according to a spokesperson for Milwaukee District Attorney, or according to spokesperson Milwaukee District Attorney John Chisholm, or pardon me, spokesperson for. I'm reading this to you as it comes here, so please bear with me. John Chisholm is the DA. Bail was originally set for $10,000 and later reduced to $7,500, the district attorney's officials said. But due to a court scheduling conflict that would have deprived Brooks of his right to a speedy trial, his bail was again reduced, this time to just $500, which he posted on February 21st, 2021, according to prosecutors. Ugh. I'm sorry, folks. This guy is just scary. I want to come over for Thanksgiving dinner. Earlier this month, Milwaukee authorities charged Brooks with another reckless endangering out, felony bail jumping, battery obstructing an officer, and disorderly conduct. He allegedly ran a woman over with what may have been the same SUV that wreaked havoc on the Christmas parade. He was released on $1,000 cash bail on November 11th. Oh my gosh, folks, this is just unreal. But why is this happening? This is happening because we are allowing it to happen. This should have never happened. Just like these riots and the looting, what happened last year should have never happened. But it happened because we allowed it to happen. Shame on you in these big cities. Shame on you people for not having the balls to step up to these people and say, no, you're not going to do this. You're not going to loot, riot, burn down a city, and have a temper tantrum. If you want to take it to the ballot box or you want to sue in court because you feel your civil rights are being violated, then do it that way. Peaceful protest, I have no problem with that. But don't go out there and plow an SUV through a Christmas crowd or Christmas parade. This is crazy, folks. This is insanity. So I hope you're enjoying the video. Like I said, doing this on the fly. Click that like button, subscribe, hit me up on Instagram at hashtag Jason Composes. Leave comments below. Now you can reach me at Twitter, Cultural Confederacy Twitter. As you know, these videos are raw and unedited. What you see is what you get. We do the opposite of what you're supposed to do here on YouTube. So that's why I do the videos this way. Different approach to doing things. I know people like these nice camera angles and people smiling on TV with big microphones or on video. But that's not what I do here. So thank you for being with me. This is the Culture Confederacy saying peace out. Stay safe, everybody, and I'll catch you next time.